Most of us struggle with the fear of being seen or with the freedom of self expression. It's an unfortunate thing that does happen, especially if you're inherently a creative being. Your existence essentially relies on you using your voice or sharing your ideas to the world. Can you perhaps think back to a time where this fear and shame might have come from? Were you always like this? Were you always this way? Or did something happen to you in the past that caused deep pain and suffering, and this is your mind's way of protecting itself? Maybe that's the case. But that's what we're here to talk about. Hi, my name is Hekade. Welcome to the Soul Bomb. Thank you for joining me in this little corner of the internet. We are going to mostly talk about consciousness, art, philosophy or the philosophy of life, psychology, mental health and well-being, healing, the occult especially. I think that's the main focus here, and everything in between, film as well, but everything in between. I am a creatrix and I am an actor. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy my creations, and all I can hope for really is that you find love, some semblance of hope, some light, especially with all of the things that are going on in the world right now. Hopefully this is it's still deep stuff, but hopefully you find something that's a little bit lighter. And yeah, enjoy. Thank you. So we're gonna start with the spotlight effect. And by the way, I have a whole script and notes and stuff that I'm gonna be reading from, so please do excuse me looking down and sideways and stuff. This was the only way to organize my thoughts so that I don't go rambling for too long. If you do not know what the spotlight effect is, it's essentially one's feeling that they're always being perceived by everyone or others all the time. You feel like you're being watched. I would like to consider it or explain it in the sense that it's a kind of main character syndrome, I guess. Or it could also be, as a person with this, it can also be just a result of having social anxiety. It doesn't apply to everybody, but it's the same. So how would we actually reframe the spotlight effect? First, it does start with shifting your perspective and understanding that everybody does feel this way. In the dictionary of obscure sorrows, I think is what it's called, there is a term that was made up for this feeling. Realizing that, the same way that I perceive the world, and I feel like I am having my own experience and I'm in a movie or whatever. I'm wording it very differently, by the way, but every single human being feels that exact same way. Every single human being is having their own individual experience of life. And that is very weird. It is weird. It's a very existential thing to come to the realization of. But that's where you start in terms of reframing the anxieties that come with feeling like you are being watched just because you feel like the experience is just yours and yours alone. You realize your perspective is not unique at all, and this type of realization helps you accept like reality as it is, and in some way, in some sense, it does kind of free you. And ultimately, there really isn't anything to be scared of, because if everybody is going through what you are going through, but you are so fixated and you are ruminating on, or ruminating? Sorry. on what you think you are going through alone, ultimately the next guy and the next guy and the next guy are also going through the exact same thing. So, that's interesting. And your unique version of it really isn't that big of a deal. So it gives you more of a chance to unshackle yourself and hopefully eventually to break free. So the factors that could cause this fear are several, or many. I am specifically going to talk from, or explain from, the perspective of being a family scapegoat or having been scapegoated in childhood. If for some reason you don't know what being the family scapegoat is, it's a very sad reality. It is essentially you being put in the position of being the family or the group punching bag for everybody else, except it's your family. It's not random people. Essentially what that is you are, picked on, you are ganged up on, you are blamed, you are shamed. It sucks. it's a very harsh reality for some in my position. Not everybody goes through something like that. It's being brought up with the idea that you are inherently faulty and broken and bad and wrong. It's instilled in you from a very young age, and you don't know essentially what it does to your sense of self. Is you do not know how to navigate the world without feeling that way. You have this built-in sense of fear and shame, and you grow up, but then you function as an adult, thinking and struggling to navigate your intuition and trying to figure out whether there is something genuinely wrong with you, because you never got that validation, you never got that love, you never got that support, you never got the attention. You were just neglected, and you were treated poorly, you were judged a lot, you were bullied. That's all it comes down to. You were very bullied. But I will do a video on scapegoating and that whole thing in depth at another point. It's not for now. It's just, this is my one example to explain how this might instill that fear of being seen. So, shame is at the core of everything. Shame in the past, it causes false shame, very heavy, false, unrealistic shame in the present. How do we actually begin to heal? How do we move past this? I think it does start small. It starts very small. You start with small actions and you start setting boundaries with different people in your adult life. I know a child cannot do this, but as a grown-up, you have the agency, you have the freedom of agency to do what you can to the best of your ability, with or without therapy, to do what you need to do to get by. You start speaking your mind more, like I am doing now. If you're a creative person, if you are an artist, you start sharing your ideas more, little by little, with no purpose necessarily, just to share. It is a form of a therapy for yourself, and it is a form of healing to move past what you were put through in the past, and you can practice self-care. Self-care comes in many forms, but little things like taking a shower every day, doing exercise, brushing your hair, getting out of bed, getting out of your pajamas, and making your bed. If you like makeup, put on makeup. Go out. Don't just stay in your little cave and in your little bubble out of fear, but to beat that fear is exposure ultimately. So go out. Go not out like partying, that's drastic, but obviously if that's what you need, okay, try that. But you can go out and go shopping, go window shopping, go buy groceries, go driving for like 5 minutes around and around the block. It's just to be seen. It's just to be in an environment around other humans and to start getting accustomed to eyeballs on you, and here and there you're gonna have to ask someone for help for something, or ask somebody a question, or compliment somebody, etc. So this fear, it is your sign to do the thing anyway. We've all heard this quote many times. We really have. And it's true. I am of the belief that the divine or the universe is, in that sense, drawing you towards your highest potential. You might not believe it, you don't have to, but it's true. Whatever you are the most scared of is what you should probably go towards. You crave if you are being drawn and pulled and magnetized towards outward expression, and that is your sign to do it anyway. Validation will come, obviously, from the right people. Don't focus on the rejection necessarily. Who cares? Who cares? You have a short life. You have things to do. Everybody has things to do. Don't focus on it. Don't focus on the negative attention. Any positive affirmation will come from the people who are meant for you, the souls who are meant for you. And that validation will also come from yourself gaining the confidence and the strength that once was taken away or stripped from you. If you do believe in some higher power, that is as well the only validation that you will ever need. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this chat, thank you for being here. I appreciate it very much. I hope you found something in it. I will be doing more and more over time. I have to. I don't have a choice. Please boop boop the subscribe button, the like button, leave a comment on any ideas that you might have, or just share some experiences related to the topic. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a lovely day. Go drink some water. Go stretch. Take a nap if you need to. Happy birthday if today is your birthday. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.